Okay, so what's up there, guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. As you can see, we are back out on the farm again today, mixing with the cows. Beautiful Jersey cows, these ones. They've just been milked this morning. They're back out on the green grass, making milk for tonight. I'm sure these girls give quite a bit of milk too. Look at those udders, wow. Anyway, we are going to get started here today. We have not been here for some 6 months now. This old house site up the top of the hill there, you can just see in front of me, it was actually burnt down. What you're seeing there is just what's remaining of the old dairy. So the house was burnt down. There is just a pile of bricks left there now, and it was actually burnt down. It was still standing, and then it was actually burnt down in later years by the CFA. For CFA training purposes. So really cool. So as I said, we've got that house site there. We've also got another one well over there that you can't see, and another one behind us over behind that hill that you can't see. So 3 house sites on the one property. Really cool. And lady here, Sarah, she is just lovely. Really great person. Every time I come here, you know, I shot her a message through this morning about 7 a.m. this morning and said, would you mind if I come out today? I'll be there by about 9 a.m. No worries, happy days. She even said, don't worry about showing me what you find. It doesn't really interest me. I'm just happy that you're out here digging it out, so, and having fun doing it. So, and we are having a lot of fun doing it. We've had some fascinating finds here in the past, so hopefully today will be just the same. So we're going to continue getting the gear out, and we'll make a start, see what we can find today. Righto, so I didn't show this one coming out. What I really want to do here today, I'm just thinking, is being that the grass is a little bit long, we've got these sort of little stubbly trees sort of sticking up. They're probably bases of fruit trees, I'd say, by the looks of them. What I want to do though is keep the 11-inch coil on and basically just dig out the easy stuff today, seeing that this site is still loaded with targets, as I said, and as you can see, the grass is a bit long. So we're just going to hammer on the high targets, the easy stuff today, like this fella here, ringing up at a solid 31, the old horse buckle. So that's what we're going to do. As some will know, I like to dig 18 to 40 a lot of these sites when first visiting them, trying to get an understanding for them. And look, I do have an understanding for this site. It's pretty easy to work out. You've got the old house here, as you can see, what's left of it, and you've got the old footpaths running along. The old clothesline, where is it? There. A little bit more of the house here, as you can see, and the old dairy here. So look, we've got a pretty good understanding of this house site, where we need to be, where we want to be, and we've had some good finds in here in the past, sort of indicating where all the good stuff's coming out from. The rubbish dump is behind this dairy too, I will mention. We sort of located where that is too. Mind you, there's a lot of rubbish everywhere, as you can see, but the main rubbish dump where all the sort of bottles, everything was being dumped, is out the back side of the dairy there. So really cool. Always getting an understanding of these sites definitely helps you, as you work over them in future. So you can see there, a little footpath running to the dairy and back along, and probably this is probably the back veranda area, this concrete slab here. As you can see, the footpath running to it, and then the footpath continues on down through the grass to the clothesline. So around the clothesline we have some really great finds too, and the old septic's right there, so that would have been where the old toilet was, the old outhouse. So anyway, as I said, we'll just dig out those high targets, high numbers today, concentrate on those guys, and we'll be back again to dig out the rest at another date. So we have full permission here. As I said, Sarah is a lovely person, so I'm sure this is a site we'll be hunting for years also. So I'm just having a quick look in the dairy, what's left of the dairy, and I noticed the old insulator here on the ground. It's one that I don't have actually, so that'll be a nice one to take home, put in the collection. As I said, Sarah is not interested in anything that comes out from here. She even said back in the message there this morning, don't bother catching up with me and showing me. That really does not interest me. So that is fine, I think she's just more than happy to see us be digging it all out. So wow, there's another one. I tell you what, we're not onto the coins today, and we're definitely finding the relics. They're just popping out. Oh, shame he's broken. Never mind, there might even be another one in here. Let's keep scratching around, have a look. So we're still sifting away here in the little dairy, just keep plodding along and just finding stuff throughout this dirt. So just thought, why stop? Look, it just keeps popping out. We've got a little tap handle, a little brass bolt with a washer, Bart Simpson slingshot there, obviously. I don't know, a little Y piece of some sorts. A little belt buckle, a part of the old spigot tap. You can see there, turning him on and off where the liquid would flow. Bullnose ring, or horse ring, what do you want to call it? Just bits and pieces, so really, really cool. We've got a few more insulators out. And look, we even found a little baby one. Very cool, very cool. So might even go get the rake if it keeps going. Like it just seems to be all up above where these shelves, you can see the support beam there, and so all the shelves would have been sitting up there. So I dare say everything's just sort of fallen off into the ground. Here we are picking it up some whatever years later, 20, 30, 50 years later. So I do not know the exact timeline of this house site, unfortunately. It's something for me to speak to Sarah about in future. See if she knows, because a lot of the items coming out of here shows that it was running up to a fairly modern date. You know, like there's a lot of cans and whatnot coming out of here with the old triangle sort of top in them, and they're generally like 70s, 80s, you know, sort of thing. So it does show that this house was around for quite a while. It was founded very early, I know that, but then again, it was must have been here for quite a while too. So for all that later stuff to be here, so very interesting. Let's just keep plodding away. I'm going to come across a marble, I know it. So that's about it for that. We just sort of went right through and then just sort of laid all the dirt back on top, leave it how we found it. So we did get a few cool items out though. Look at that, another bloody horseshoe. Unbelievable, Jack. A few old brass items, little weight there, counterweight. This guy's off basically the old water troughs. He would be the valve that would be lifted up to shut and then drop down to open. So really cool. The old spigot tap, or garden tap, whatever you want to call it. It's a big boy, isn't it? It's massive. It was actually painted white too. You can see the enamel paint on it still. Really cool. So I said another horseshoe, a few insulators. We've got pretty much all the sizes there. One is broken. He is really cool though. I don't have one of those guys. I've got little baby in the middle and the mid-size fella on the left. Another few items here. You did see all those there before. However, what you didn't see is a spoon. How cool is that? A stainless too. No wonder it was in such good condition down there. So all those years buried, just dropping off the shelf into the ground. And look at it, sparkling like the day it was made. Anyway, that is about it. We are going to now possibly venture into the next dairy or do a little bit more detecting. You can see there the concrete, you know, you go down too far and the concrete comes straight in. So that was the deepest section, and that's the only section of this dairy, of this little shed here, that had shelving. So it's the only section I did. We could do a little bit more in here though. You know, I've sort of poked around in here before. Looking for bottles, what have you. We did get a few bottles at the back there, but basically nothing that old, nothing that special. So we may have another go, a bit of a look in here. Who knows, something that I may have missed. And as mentioned, Sarah does not want to keep anything. She'll just be happy for to see it disappear. Can you hear that? Lawnmowers. All these cows mowing down that grass. That's all I'm hearing is rom, 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 munch, 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 chomp, chomp, chomp. And then occasionally you'll get a bit of a bark or a cough. They've just ingested too much grass too quick. No wonder they got 4 stomachs. Alright, here's one of those targets I was just sort of speaking about. Nice high tone. Could easily be a coin, that. That's a nice short sharp signal. And we did sort of pinpoint him down a little bit and narrow down with that pinpoint trick that we use, you know, going in and out of pinpoint mode. However, oh, maybe not. I was going to say, however, that could easily be a coin. It's not though. A little bit bigger than a coin. I don't know what it is. What is that? Going to say like an old cowbell at first, but I think it's a little bit too small to be a cowbell. Let's zoom in there, that'll help. You'll be able to see what I'm seeing. I don't know, it's got a little hole punched in the top there and dirt filling up that little groove down the bottom. I'd love to clean that out and see what's going on. We might have to do that. We will be doing that anyway at the end of the video. So little brass, interesting piece. I love those miscellaneous pieces. Just, you know, keeps your curiosity up. And always makes you sort of wonder what they are and continue researching to try and find out. So really cool. Anyway, lawnmowers, let's keep going. Okay, so update time. We've been going for the last probably nearly 2 hours now, and with nothing really substantial coming out to show, just a lot of rubbish. So old house site up on top of the hill there. We are now down the bottom of the hill. I just wanted to show you this too. A lot of building supplies, materials, what have you, from the old house up top of the hill here. It all got dumped down the bottom here, as you can see. So just sort of poking around here one time, the first time I was ever actually here, and we found a heap of bottles. So I think that's what we might do. We might just have a bit of a scratch around for bottles. Just keep our eye out for snakes at the same time, because there's a very snaky area out here, and they love to hide in those rocks. So we'll do that. And I was just thinking, oh, there's some bottles right there, an old cast iron bed. Look at that. There you go, cast iron bed frame. That would have come straight out of the house, probably either before it was burnt or after it was burnt. It was probably just burnt with everything inside. So how cool is that? Anyway, so we're going to do that and have a bit of a poke around here, just ever so carefully, and see what we can find. And then we might even go up the road on Sarah's farm also. As I said, she's got 3 old house sites here, so we might even wander up the track there in the patrol. Look, another lucky horseshoe. Might wander up the track there in the patrol and go check out the second house site. I know we've said we were going to concentrate our time here today. However, why not? Why not? We might just venture up the back, have a look up the back there too. So just poke around here first, because I have a feeling there's something good. Oh, there's a big spider on the back of that rock then. Lucky I flipped him back over. Right, that's it. We're going to house site number 2. We did not really find much there at all. We did, however, find 2 horseshoes. That is crazy. We've got 5 horseshoes just within the last week, just using our eyes, keeping those eyes peeled when looking around. So just generally dumped straight on the old rubbish piles. So really cool too, up there on the septic. I'll give you a look before we get out of here. The old horseshoe have been used as a handle for the old septic tank lid. I think that's really cool, really brilliant. So anyway, as I said, we're going to get up to the house site number 2, up the back, have a bit of a poke around and explore up there. We'll see you there. You know, it's funny, the first time I ever come here, I went to the house, which is behind us now, but I went to the main house where Sarah lives, and I said g'day, and she pretty much said, yep, go for it. She just said there's a house at the back, or 2 houses at the back, and one behind my main house. She just said, yeah, just go for it, go have fun. And it was really funny because coming up here, like, I had no idea. I'd never been on this property, and I had no idea which track to take to get over to this back house here, the one that we're going to right now. And so I went way up over there and whoop all over the joint, trying to work out where I was going. It must have looked quite funny. I said to Sarah later, did you notice that I, you know, at the end of the day, I said, oh, did you notice? I sort of went whoop, I didn't know where I was going. She was really cool about it, as I said though, really down to earth, nice person, Sarah, and very similar age to me, so we get along really well. Well, a couple of times that we've spoke, got along really well. She's a very nice person. So, oh bugger, look at that, the grass is pretty long over here too. She's got young heifers up there feeding on the hill there too by the looks, so just have to be careful not to give them a startle. It may look like she is going to cut all this for silage by the looks, because that is up at about your waist height. That's crazy. There's no way we're going to be able to detect any of this. It's not going to happen. Never mind. Whoa, bumpy track. So that might be the end of it there today. We might have to shoot a conclusion and say goodbye, because I just don't see the coins coming out today somehow. It's just not going to happen. Let's give you a look at this house though first before we do that, and check out the grass length, because it can be deceiving sometimes. You can see there's a few nice patches there that we could probably work and detect, but then the rest of it's too long. Look at that, she's had a tree come down too. That's new. That wasn't down last time I was here. There we have it, the old house. How cool is that? They're tucked away down the back paddock here. The clothesline used to be still standing. Oh, all that shed's been cleared away too. Okay, we might have to have a bit of a poke around here, because some things have changed since I've last been here. And look at the grass in the back, you could easily detect that. So we're gonna change our mind again. I'm good at doing that, and we're gonna get that detector out, have a bit of detect here too, because I've not really done too much at this house site, so I'm sure it is still plenty more to give up in future. Ooh, look at that row of silage. Very nice. Righto, so I was just grabbing my gear out and just sort of turned around the car here, and I looked up and we got little Jersey cows greeting us. And we had the big mamas over the back there, the big dairy cows. Now these are little heifers, little Jersey cows. G'day girls. How cute are they? Awesome. I could easily take one of those home. I'll put it in the back of the car and take one home. I'm sure Sarah wouldn't know. Surely not. It's not like they've got tags in their ears. And imagine the boys, Dominic and Save, would absolutely have a field day. They'd be able to ride him around the backyard. They'd love it. Just walking along up to the house and going to put my stuff in here, have a bit of a look around. All I can hear is shuffling behind me. And guess who it is? All the little girls following me, all shuffling between the grass. Really cool. And one of them tried to bite me. I think it was that one over there. You better not try it again, fella. I know your mother. We're just going to check out this house. For anybody that hasn't seen it yet, just sort of wandering through here, and I thought it might be a good idea to give you a bit of a look too, for anybody once again that has not seen it. So, bathroom. Whoa, that was a, whoa. I was going to say there's a dragonfly. That's a big dragonfly. That's a sparrow. Oh, there you go. There's their nest. I thought something was flying at me. Let's see if we can hide in here. Let's see if they'll come back. Ready. Wait for it. Ah! Scared ya. Tricked you, bird. I'm like a big kid, aren't I? I love it. You're only as old as your age, or you're only as old as what you think you are, I should say, not your age. So, bedroom. We have been, as I said, been in all here before. So, bedroom, fireplace, amazing. Every room has a fireplace in these old houses. You just imagine chopping the wood for them all. So, kitchen, a walk-in pantry to the right-hand side. I could give you a tour of this house. I know it pretty well. I've been in here multiple times now. I've even brought old mate Brando out here and shown him around, so he liked it. He thought it was really cool. Another bedroom, just got to be watching where I stand. Tell you what, that's the only bedroom without a fireplace too. The other two have fireplaces, so whoa, sketchy. Front bedroom, I dare say this would be like, you know, adults, parents' bedroom, being that it fronts the house, got the bay window there. Whoa! More little swallows, sparrows, whatever they are. Into the front here, a big entryway, big hallway. I absolutely love that peacock. I'm going to try and ask Sarah if I can save that. It's made of brass, so we will need to remove him from the back. So I will be asking Sarah about that in future. It's not something you just take. You know, fair enough if it's something you found on the ground, you know, and you'd still show the landowner anyway. But that is not something I would remove unless I was given permission for. So hence why it's still there. Whoa, there is birds everywhere in here. Wow, the birds have taken over and built all their nests. There's probably little eggs up in that one. Oh, they still keep coming in, scaring the hell out of me. Another bedroom. Oh, there's another one. God, they're coming out of the cupboards. Unbelievable. Oh dear. All right, let's get back out of here. Let's turn that detector on. Oh yeah, there's that too. I don't know what happened here. A massacre? Although it says no one was hurt. So we'll believe that. Just hopefully no one was hurt. That looks like blood to me. Look at them, they're at the back door now. These guys are relentless. They just want to be my friend, I think. Ha! So I just flicked the detector on. However, I think we're going to have a bit of a scratch around here first. Power cord. Because in some of my videos, some of my previous videos you would have seen, there used to be a big shed here, all fallen down on top of the concrete slab, fallen down on itself if you'd like. So now that it's gone, let's have a bit of a look and see what we can spot with our eyeballs. It's always fun hunting with your eyes. What do you reckon, girls? Let's see what we can see. Some of the best stuff, as I said the other day, some of the best stuff I've found has been just looking with your eyes. So, and it can be more rewarding too. You know, you find something with a detector, it's all very well and good. You find something just using your eyes, it's sort of more rewarding because you think, wow, well, that was amazing. So we'll just have a bit of a scout around here, see what we can find. It's funny too, because you can walk over these sites 2-3 times and still be finding stuff that you've missed. So lighter, walnuts, there's stuff everywhere. Hey, you get off here. You're not making my job easy. Old flange, have an exhaust, bracket off a door. It's fun to be able to ID these pieces too, I think. Don't know what that is. A lot of rubbish needs still cleaning up here. However, it's nice to see that it's getting done. So, what is that? Old lamp. It doesn't work very well anymore. There you go. A lot of this stuff too, if I see any brass, copper, anything like that, I'll take it with me. I've already set a piece up on the log there. It's not much, it doesn't even weigh much. But, you know, you do that to all these old sites you go to, you save what you find, or you save what you dig, and basically, then you can go do a scrap run later on, and scrap metal run. And you can fill your back pocket with a little bit of cash from the wreckers there that they'll give you for the scrap. So it's actually the prices are up at the moment too. I think it's about $8 a kilo, so well worth saving some of these items that you find if they're brass or copper. So really cool. Anyway, I think it's time for that detector. So I've just set my gear over there, and we're going to have a bit of a walk around here too. Have a bit of a look, because this has all changed too since I was last here. So I think it's important to always assess them, these sites, as they're changing and as you first find them too. So you can see there we've got the cow yard where the cows are standing, and they would have been coming up this ramp too, you know, out from the paddocks, straight up the ramp into the dairy. Oh, it's getting hot too. Come on cows, this way, come on. So you walk up here, and all the roof has been removed too. There used to be a roof and a little shack still attached to this building here. So this would have been the main area where you would have milked your cows. The cows would have walked straight from where they are now straight up into the dairy. You guys are doing a really good job creating a good example. Basically though, walking up into here, this is where the milking machines would have been. This is where obviously the motor room was, hence the motor, and probably the little vat. And this would have been maybe just a little parts room, maybe the office where the farmer kept all the stuff and what have you. Really cool. Last time we were in here, we found a heap of the bottles tucked up in the back corner here, I remember. Really cool. Who knows, there's probably still bottles out here buried, because you know, they'd bury them near the house, and the farmer would also take a drink up to the dairy. He'd have to dispose of his bottles up at the dairy too, wouldn't he? So he wouldn't walk them back down to the house. He'd just generally discard them up around here. So dare say there's probably bottles out in there. And I'm just thinking too, there's a big hill in front of us, as you can see, a big hole I should say, over the top of that hill. I was wondering too whether we go for a bit of a walk and check out that hole, because I have not found too many bottles or bottle dumping areas around here. So I dare say he's probably walked the bottles up and thrown them over in the old quarry over there, trying to discard them. So, oh, there's some bottles. We didn't see those guys, did we? Let's have a bit of a look through here, see what we can find. So we're walking over to that hill I just said about there before. Just got the better of me. There's just never been enough bottles coming out of that site back there, the old house down there. So I dare say he's probably walked them up, thrown them in the quarry over here. So, oh, something used to be bolted there too. A concrete with the round pole concrete into it. So there you go. It just goes to show, walking around these sites is often how you'll find out things you never even knew. It's always helpful. So we will go over here and just have a bit of a look-ski. If we can't spot anything, who knows, everything may be broken too. Whatever the case, we will let you know, and we'll see how we go. It's going to be an effort getting up here. I'm puffed already. So here we are up on top of the hill. We are the king of the mountain, and we've got a bit of dumped stuff here, but not bottles. You can see there tin and a bit of old bedding, beautiful old paint tin, Epson written on the side. Nothing too spectacular. Bit of the old cast iron bed. Oh, here's a nice piece. Whew, that hill took it out of me. So yeah, part of the old cast iron bed, I suppose. So they were dumping stuff over here, just not a great deal, and not bottles. So he's pretty cool. And look, we only just sort of popped our head up over the rock. There could be a lot more that we're not even seeing yet. However, it is a long way to walk and dump your bottles. You know, if you've got 50 odd bottles every week to discard of, would you really want to be walking up here to dump them? I'm out of breath already, so probably not. It would become quite a tedious job, wouldn't it? So anyway, I think that might do for us today. We'll probably take that piece. I think he's a ripper. Nice old cast iron, a bed frame piece. So really cool, and we're going to get out of here now. Shoot a conclusion once we get back to the car, and we'll see you there. Whoa, Bessie, hang on a minute. What have we spotted over here? There you go. I sort of thought there'd be a little bit more here than what we just found. Here it is. Although that may just be a lot of the rubbish that's just recently come from the shed up there. So have a bit of a look, see what we can see. Plenty of bottles. God, there's some bottles. Wow, there's some bottles. Okay, so this has been brought over. I can tell straight away this has been brought over and dumped. Oh, something moved then. This has been brought over and dumped from the old shed there. However, I do believe they've been dumping here for quite some time. There's a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff. Wow, look at that keg tap sitting right there. I'll grab him. He's a ripper. Into the pocket. I tell you what, we might not be doing very well on the coins relics today. The coins today. We're certainly hitting on the relics though. Fascinating. Why didn't you tell me about this, Sarah? I never knew about this. She just sort of said, as I said before, she just sort of said, away you go, mate, have fun. So everything I've found here, it's been through wandering around really looking for it, so that's cool. Where's the snake? That'll be my question. Always on my mind, snakes. I just know they live out here. They love it out here, so perfect place for them to be. Anyway, it's not going to deter us. It's just going to make us be a little bit careful. Let's stick our hand in here. Through the barbed wire. At least if we get bitten, we'll get bitten on camera and you'll be able to see exactly what happened. Oh, nothing special. I'm more oohing because I just stabbed myself with the barbed wire. It's all rusty too. What's this one? A half point. Ugh, had water in it. Okay, let's have a scout around. I won't film everything. I'll just film anything half decent that's coming out and try not to cut myself again. Hey, got a little Vegemite jar. Got heaps of these at home. But I still love saving them, especially when you find them intact, which is not all that often. So we save them. Still going through too. We're still finding a few nice bottles. Stuff that's worth saving. To be honest, a lot of this is just rubbish. It's just modern rubbish. It's not that old. However, there's a good one. There is some stuff coming out with some embossing in it. Max, that looks like an apple cider bottle or something to me. I don't know. I dare say that's what it was. Cider. Max's cider. There, always pays to have a bit of a look through. What? I can't hear you. That's so noisy. I thought that was another Max's cider then. Oh, there's just so much in here. Property of Longmore. I've got heaps of those at home. Longmore and Legos and Rosellas and so many bottles. So we've got a few little bottles for the collection just to take out of here. Nothing too spectacular. A little Vegemite jar. They're cool them. They're not that spectacular, I said, but not broken is cool because generally they're always broken. I got the old Max cider and the old vinegar. They're not that old. They got the crown top on them, as you can see. So they're not that old, probably 1930s, 40s onwards. Still really cool to find though. Who does not love finding intact bottles? I know I do. And just sort of pays off, like walking over here saying that, oh, this is a Lemos. I can tell straight away. A Brooks Lemos. I found a few of those guys now. A cool bottle. He's going to get kept also. Really cool though, like, you know, as I said, there was not much glass at all coming out from over at the house site. A lot of bottle tops. We were digging a lot of bottle tops. It sort of made me think though, where is all the glass? You know, you can't have a house sitting there for X amount of years without any glass attached to that site. It just does not happen. It does not happen. And they had to dump it somewhere, you know, especially out on the farm here. Like, you looking in town, here's a nice one. Look at that. What do we got? Mighty Fine Lucknow Meg, Lucknow MFG. I don't know what that is. Let's bring in. I was too busy talking there, and now I'm intrigued to know what this bottle is. It's got something on the back. Prunties. What's a Prunty? We're gonna have to research that one. Mighty Fine. I'm feeling mighty fine. Really cool. Anyway, as I was saying, just was not enough glass around the other side there. I knew it had to be somewhere. Here it is. Here it all is. Oh, old cordial bottle by the looks. Oh, still got cordial in it too. Yeah. Hey, Tarax bottle. That's what we want. Oh no. Why the Tarax is always broken. The old Pyro bottles. He would have been a ripper too. Look at that. Damn. That's all right, we know they're here, so we know we could possibly find another one if we just try. There's just jars everywhere here. It's phenomenal. That's what a bottle pit is though. And generally just bottles taken over to one point and dumped. I can't see old mate dumping these by hand either. It would have been a lot of work on top of the work that he already had to do during the day. And let's face it, they had a lot of work to do during the day back then. Cut wood, milk cows, look after, you know, everything. A lot of stuff going on. So, you know, to cut down on time doing anything, especially a job so boring and not unrewarding as discarding the rubbish, to cut down on that job was definitely helpful. You know, if you could cut down on that job and just wander off, throw it somewhere quick and easy, out of sight, out of mind, you had more time to go do other stuff, didn't you? Or more time to rest and relax at the end of a long, hard day. So always got to keep that in mind. They're never ever going to dump their rubbish too far from the house. And most times they've got to dig a hole to discard the rubbish up until the tips and what have you come later for them to go dump. So, you know, a lot of the early dumps are generally not far away from the house at all, or they're literally just out the back door, and someone, kids, get given a job to dig a hole, and once that hole's dug, it gets filled up with bottles over and over and over and over again. They just keep digging holes and filling them up. So if you're hunting these old house sites, something to keep in mind, the old bottles, they're never going to be too far away from the house. As I said, made in England, that knife. And if there is a natural depression, creek, whatever, you know, quarry in this example, this is an old quarry, it's all been quarried out. If that's there in the locality, it's pretty obvious where you got to go for the bottles. You've got to go over to the swampy creek areas, or the grassy swampy areas, or you need to go straight over to the big old pits and the holes like what we're in right now, because that is where they're all going to be. Like you've seen in my video there the other week too, there was no rules and regulations back in the day, so you were free to go and dump your rubbish where you pleased, and that's what they did. So there we go. Anyway, let's keep poking around, see what else we can get out of here. A heap of cool stuff so far. Well then, we're going to run out of time here, unfortunately. There's just bottles everywhere. We've really hit pay dirt here. Got old files, another old file that I've been using to dig with. We've got the little doll's leg, only plastic. Still cool though, there's just so much stuff here. Just digging in the sidewall here, it just all still keeps coming out. Look, spark plug, so much stuff. There's a nice bottle. Bendigo. Oh, Con Brothers, Swan Hill, Bendigo. Ugh, full of stuff. I tell you what, the only thing we didn't bring over here is the shovel. We did not walk the shovel over here, just ourselves. So, a bit of a shame. We're kind of missing out a little bit on what we can do, what we can dig here. So we're just looking with our eyes and our hands carefully. So We will have to get back here and do this again another time though. There's just so much stuff in here. We better talk to Sarah too, just make sure that you know, she's happy for us to pull this a little bit apart. I'm only just sort of pulling it apart very gently at the moment, just touching on the surface, but I'd like to go a little bit further with it. So we need to speak to her, just make sure, double check that we are okay to do this, because I do not want to go annoying anybody or stepping on anybody's toes in what I do treasure hunting here, and get a bad reputation or even lose a permission. That'd be pretty sad. So always try and do the right thing. It's just having a look on the surface now. We'll get back and look further later. Oh, not to be taken. Sorry fella, we're taking you. Hey, look what I just found. Oh my lord. Exactly what we wanted to find there before. He's not in as good a condition, unfortunately. The label's been sitting in the sun. Tarax, and it's complete. That is awesome. Another one for the collection. I tell you what, we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, I'm gonna run out of hands. I'm not gonna be able to carry all these out of here. That's okay. We know where we are, and we know we can come back here again in future. So 10 more minutes, we're getting out of here. Bottles, I got bottles. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll take a little Vegemite jar, and 8. I don't know about this guy here. We might leave him. He's nothing too special. He's a later Holbrook & Co. So a sauce bottle. Poison bottle, we'll take him. I've got a heap of the poison bottles, but I always love collecting them. So what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 4 more over on that rock there. So hell, I don't know how we're going to carry all these out of here. Anyway, we'll do it, and we'll see you back at the car. So we've lost our bottles. I don't know what happened to them. Just joking. I sat them back over there at the other gateway. Whew, I'm buggered. It is so muggy today, it's so warm. So I'm going to get the car and drive the car over to the bottles. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Okay, so that is about it for us today, guys. We got the car over with the bottles now. We're going to put them all in, and quickly just going to take you through, show you what we got out today. A lot of rubbish, just oodles of rubbish, you know. The old milking machine parts, the old door handles, tin cans, bits of alloy off the old antenna aerial. Just a lot of stuff. Really cool to get it out though. It's not about what you find, you know. It's not always about pulling whopping big gold rings and diamond rings and all those coins. It's about also trying to enjoy your day. You know, if you go out and don't find what you're after, you're not going to have a good day if that's all you're after. You know, if you go out and you're not really worried about what you're going to find for the day, you're just out to have a good day. That is the most important thing. And trust me, you'll enjoy every day hunting. So a lot more rewarding. Don't ever anticipate what you will find, or, you know, think I have to find that. Be hopeful, be confident, but at the same time, don't be disappointed if you don't if you drive home and you don't have those things with you. So it disheartens you, and it'll catch you out another day, I guarantee you. So always just try and enjoy your day. That is the most important thing. So a few bottles out here. The old horseshoe, we've got the old lipstick. This is a really early one too. The old lippy with the push-up base, not the swivel base. This one here, you can see you put your thumbnail under it and you push it up. So that would be an early type lipstick, early 1900s sort of thing. A few more horseshoes we're going to go pick up yet, and we even got a couple of bricks with our local town's name on it. We need to pick up also. They're sitting on the fence line there, so very cool, very collectible in my eyes. Anything with my town's name on it is highly prized in my eyes. So anyway, a few of the old spoons. This one is really cool. He's actually a coronation, Elizabeth coronation, 1953. A little spoon there. He's only fake. He's EPNS, only fake, electroplated nickel steel. However, still a great piece. So a few of the buckles, the old keg tap, you've seen him coming out on top of the stack there, top of the rubbish. The old bull ring, and another tap there, another spigot tap. So very cool. A few of the old insulators too. little baby ones down below. And this guy, I've never ever had him before. That's a very cool one. So a few other bits of scrap brass. As I said, I pick them up as I go. We actually dug that one, believe it or not. It was about a 3 metre long target, but I was only picking up on one end of it. I pulled it up out of the grass and thought, well, we'll snap him up and take him home and put him in the collection of rubbish, ready to be scrapped and sorted. I tell you what, I'm going to do a scrap run very soon actually. I weighed it up there the other day. There was 44 kilos just of brass and copper waiting to go. As I said, brass and copper mixed is about $8 a kilo at the moment. You do the maths, 44 kilos times $8. So as I said, put some fuel in your car, in the tank, getting you to that next site. So anyway, bottles, as you can see, we've got the bottles down here on the grass. We walked them straight from that hill all down here, and I had about 6 in each hand and a heap in the Tech Dead pouch bulging. So we did get them all down here. This guy's not in the best condition, the Max Cider, and we've got a few of these Mighty Fine bottles too. I still don't know what they are. Mighty Fine, feeling mighty fine. And Lucknow, Mighty Fine Lucknow MFG and Co. I don't know what they were. There's something for me to ID, research a little bit more in future. Max Cider, clear bottle. We had the vinegar bottle. That's really cool. I haven't seen one with like that beveled sort of face on it before. Generally they all come out looking like, oh, I didn't bring him. I had another vinegar bottle here. There you go. I must have left him up the hill. Whoops. Generally they come out just with like a clear glass, you know, no patterning whatsoever. So really, really cool vinegar bottle. Brooks Lemos cordial bottle, and a couple of Bendigo and Swan Hill bottles. So really, really great day. As always pays to change sites. You know, I was not really feeling it at the other site, and the grass was so bloody out of control long and wet and thick. So coming here was definitely a winner. Definitely well worthwhile. So anyway, guys, that is about it for us today. I really hope you enjoyed. We're going to get out of here now. Go pick up them 2 boys called Dominic and Xavier from school, and show them also what we got out today. They love the bottles, so we might have to bring them back here and dig some bottles. So anyway, we'll be back here again soon, as I said, and I really hope to see you there. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. Follow my finds for future, and hope to see you on that next adventure. Cheers, guys. Happy hunting.